Hello and welcome back to PGSN. I am Boston Harding here with
Zangarothi.
for the first game in the Pleasant Grove versus the Lehi Pioneers 3-game series in the second to last series before region play is finished. To end it out, Pleasant Grove will play Lone Peak, and I am unsure who Lehi will play. I will pull that up right now. And first at bat, first pitch is a ball inside with Keaton Nordic at the plate. That one a hit. And Kale Dunn tripping and an error for PG as they will get a single. That one popped up. And Ryder Huntsman, number 7, making the grab at third to get the first out. And now at the plate, we have number 9, Boston Drakulich. Boston Drakulich. And as I was saying earlier, the Pioneers Lehi will play the Skyridge Falcon in their last series of region play.
Hey, Boston, since you're kind of already on that page, do you want to see what Lone Peak's record is?
Lone Peaks.
And who they face this week?
Let's see. I'm guessing it right now. They are going to be, let's see. I'm going to guess 15. Yeah, 15-4. I'm guessing. That's my guess.
As a 1-0 count.
I was way off.
Runner steals to second.
Kale Dunn with the throw in time for out number 2. As I was way off in my guess, Lone Peak is 8-11.
Ooh.
They are 2-7 in region, which is fifth.
Who have they played?
Let's see.
In region, I don't.
In region, they started with American Fork getting swept 7-3, 8-2, and then 8-3. And then second game was against Skyridge, which they lost in a 2-1, winning the first one 10-7, losing the second 4-1, and losing the third 14-4. And then they also lost against a Lehi 2-1. First game losing 3-2. Second game winning 11-3. And then third game losing 2-0. And then this week they are playing Westlake.
Westlake.
Takes strike. That one popped up and going foul for now full count. Pitch gets a piece of that one, going to Drew Smith. And the throw in time for out number 3.
As Pleasant Grove, I'm going to talk about a little bit. Praying that they can come off a lot better this game. We saw it on Friday against AF. Our batting, when we were up to bat, was...
We were struggling against American Fork.
It was... Everyone was in batting slumps. And no one was... We got on base a few times. I believe we only had 2 runs that game. Correct? It was... Did we have 2?
In the last game?
Yeah. Did we?
The last game it was 5-13.
Oh, so we had more than 2. Sorry. I was thinking about the second game for some reason.
Yes, second game.
But anyways, Pleasant Grove, if they want to be able to beat Lehi in the last week or in this week for region, needing their batting to be so much better than it was against AF. The one time the batting was good against that AF series, which I don't want to say it was. I don't want to say it was bad. The last 2 games, but the first game was the best they had batting wise against AF. The last 2 were not the best at all, especially. Okay, I don't want to glaze, but this isn't really me glazing, but especially for Mason Henry, as we saw it in Westlake. Also, am I quiet? I feel like I'm quiet.
I don't think you're quiet.
Mason, we saw it in Westlake, not really coming off with the best batting average, I believe. There we go. Yeah, I can hear myself a lot better now. When we went into the last game against Westlake, I believe he went like 0-8 or something like that batting. I think he went like...
I think for right now he's been like 0-13 or something.
Well, at the same time,
something like that.
At the same time, you got to think about it, his defensive wise too. He's made up for it playing that first base spot, which is where a lot of the action is too for first base. And him being so tall, it gives him an advantage.
It gives him a great reach.
Yeah. As Coach Henry talking to the umpire, don't.
I think it was just the Lehi camera guy. They don't want him around, just out of the way. And coming up to the plate, we have number 11, Nash Bennett for the Vikings, as well as number 11, Taylor Mascaro on the mound for Lehi. First pitch takes a strike. Gets a piece of the second one and going foul. Now an 0-2 count to Nash.
I still feel so bad for whoever has to clean up the baseballs in the softball field, bro.
Yeah, there's so many that are hit over to the
Especially they're
softball
playing
fields.
a game right now.
Yeah.
Which, you know that game's going to get delayed every, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Inside and low for ball 1.
As I'll say it after this. No, I'm scared. I was going to say the new batting order because it's a little bit of a change, but
That one in the dirt for ball 2.
okay, real quick. Batting order. Nash Bennett, Drew Smith, R.J. Wilson, C.J. Anderson, Brad Farr, Nash Clement, Mason Henry. So all of those are the same. And then we see Ryder Huntsman and Keaton Nordic. We've seen Keaton Nordic hit a little bit. I believe he's done like 3 or 4 games hitting. And we've seen Ryder a few times.
That one popped up to the left. Third baseman calling for it and making the grab.
As I do want to say that when Keaton hits, he's a good hitter.
Yeah.
And I wish, obviously he's our pitcher, so we're trying to save him for pitching. I wish we saw him a little bit more in the batting lineup.
I agree. He is honestly a good hitter, and he is very consistent. It's just they don't want him getting hurt, outrunning the bases, or having the risk of taking a ball to the head.
Yeah. As now batting number 8, Drew Smith. Drew Smith taking ball number 1.
That one gets behind the catcher for ball number 2. Takes strike 1. That one outside ball 3. Takes strike 2 as well.
Full count for Drew Smith.
Gets a piece of that one and gets through the hole for a single for Drew Smith.
Now, back to the Vikings, number 1, R.J. Wilson.
Now coming up, second baseman for the Vikings, number 1, R.J. Wilson. R.J. Wilson takes ball number 1. Checks Drew Smith on first, gets above the first baseman, advancing Drew Smith to second. Puts R.J. Wilson in a 1-0 count with Drew Smith now on second.
And R.J. Wilson does lead this team in RBIs, so it wouldn't be uncommon here for R.J. to get a double, even a single, and get Drew Smith home.
Pitch inside for ball number 2. R.J. Wilson makes contact but fouled back to put him in a 2-1 count. R.J. Wilson to right center field and is caught by the center fielder, bringing Drew Smith to third. As
That ball hit to the warning track, almost gone. That will bring up number 22, CJ Anderson.
RJ Wilson almost got me on my feet there, dude. I was ready.
First pitch, Drooper just passed first base for a foul ball. Gets a piece of that one, and that is a fair ball right off first base. CJ going second. Coach telling him to go third. And he's down and in for a triple for CJ Anderson, as well as bringing Drew Smith home. Vikings in the lead 1-0 with the man on third. That will bring up number 37, Brad Farr. First pitch high. Second pitch high and away for ball two. Third pitch fouled off, now a 2-1 count. Fourth pitch crushed into left. That one will be caught for out number 3. Going to the bottom, or the top of the second, Vikings in the lead 1-0.
As now batting for Lehi, number 5, Cole Ibarra. As Cole takes strike number 1, Keaton Nordic still on the mound. Cut on a miss for strike number 2 for Cole Ibarra. As Cole 0-2 count. Pitch low and outside for ball number 1.
takes ball number 2. Cole Ibarra in a 2-2 count. Ibarra makes contact but fouled off. Pitch outside for ball number 3. Cole Ibarra now in a full count. Cole Ibarra makes contact but fouled off right towards us. Keaton Nordic with strike number 3 for the first out of the top of the second. Now batting for the Pioneers, number 14, Dawson Brown. Brown takes strike number 1. Brown makes contact but fouled off. Brown staying in the 0-2 count, making contact with that one once again, but fouled off. As Brown keeping himself in the count, and Keaton Nordic with the pitch high and outside for ball number 1. As strike number 3 for Keaton Nordic. Keaton Nordic having an amazing pitching performance so far. Obviously top of the second, but he's coming off super hot. As that hit goes straight to Keaton Nordic, and Keaton Nordic gonna jog his way over to first base for out number 3 to end the top of the second. Score still being 1-0. As Keaton Nordic having an amazing pitching performance. If he keeps pitching like this, I do not see any reason at all to pull him out of this game. As now batting for the Vikings, number 6, Nash Clement. Nash Clement takes ball number 1.
Inside for ball 2.
As you're not getting away that easily, Boston. Keep yourself unmuted as Nash Clement takes a ball high for ball number 2. 3. Nash Clement taking strike number 1. Nash Clement makes contact with that one, but going foul left field. Nash Clement makes contact with that one, but going straight to the second baseman and out at first base for out number 1 for the Vikings.
Now, batting for the Vikings, number 24, Mason.
As now batting the first baseman for the Vikings, number 24, Mason Henry.
He is now showing off new bat, new arm sleeve with matching gloves. If I'll be honest, I love that mint green.
If I'm going to be honest, I have a good feeling about this changeup. As Mason Henry takes ball number 1.
As switching to the red bat and new gloves did work for him for a little while, and then
Hey,
stopped working.
I did see a video where if it said you were in a batting slump, change your drip.
Yeah, just gotta change it up.
And I saw that last night. And Mason Henry now changing his drip. As
Maybe it was a calling.
As that one popped up for strike number 1 for Mason Henry. Pitch low outside for ball number 3. Mason Henry in a 3-1 count. Dang. That pitch.
Went straight to Zane's head. If the net wasn't there, he would have been dead.
Dang.
Dang, Tyler.
That pitch. How? It went above Mason Henry's head and he's 6'7". 6'8". 6'7" or 6'8". How did that go above Mason Henry's head? I guess he heard me and just did. I guess the pitcher saw me and was like, you know what? I don't like him.
Now bringing up number 7, Ryder Huntsman, who will be followed by Keaton Nordic. First pitch driven into center field and caught for the second out.
Now, batting for the Vikings, number 9, Keaton.
Dude, that pitch scared me, bro. I look up and I just see a baseball. Oh my God.
There's a giant bee.
Oh my gosh, that was scary.
Giant bee just flew right at Zane. First pitch also hit. That one going to right field and right to the right fielder for out number 3.
Oh, I muted and forgot to unmute Boston. As you're not going to get away with that easily, Boston.
Again, as now going into the top of the third, Pleasant Grove still
Leading Lehigh 1-0.
as Boston. I know you don't like being put on the spot, and I'm going to put you on the spot. What? Okay, actually, I'm going to narrow it down a little bit just to make this a little harder for you so we can't make it basic. Other than Keaton Nordic having an amazing pitching performance so far, what has Pleasant Grove done so well? Same with Lehigh, and what do both teams also need to fix?
One of the main things that I've seen is Drew Smith at shortstop normally in recent games he has been rushing his throws and like throwing it crazy hard, but not accurate whatsoever, and it's just been saved by Mason Henry being 6'8" with a crazy reach.
And you have to think about that. Like, I don't think it's on purpose, but if it does go that high, like he's 6'8", like he's gonna, most of the time he's gonna be able to save that. But at the same time, if you're Drew, you also gotta think, if for some reason, like say like C.J. Anderson came to first base, like if Mason started pitching or something,
He's not getting half the throws that Drew throw.
if Drew makes that throw super high, it's getting above C.J.
Yeah,
like any day, or literally above anyone
else on the team. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, you can continue that question that I asked you if you just want to keep talking about it.
After this, number 3, Cooper Williams to the plate.
I want you to know we will be back to those questions. I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. Time is called. As batter shows bunt and pulls away, but still strike number 1.
Pitch number 2, and that one is fouled back. Now an 0-2 count. That one curves in for a drop. 3rd strike. Thrown over to Mason Henry for the first out. That will bring up number 18, Coy Train. First pitch high. Second one, it hits the bat and goes fair. And tags him for out number 2. That one hitting the bat. First pitch caught on a miss. Now a 1-2 count with 2 outs on the board. And the pitch makes contact going left and fouled. As we do have number 2, Gavin Yates at the plate. Cut on a miss for strike 3. And that is another 3-up, 3-down performance from Keaton Nordic on the mound.
As I said it earlier when you're gone, Boston, if Keaton Nordic keeps pitching like this, unless if we want to save him for possibly Game 3 against Lehi, if not, I don't see a reason to pull him out if he keeps pitching like this.
Me neither. He has been doing amazing so far, having 2 3-up, 3-down performances back-to-back.
And we saw that. I feel like it feels weird bringing up these like long games that have been in the past for a while, but like we saw it in the St. George tournament when we pulled out Keaton Nordic in Taylorsville, or against Taylorsville, and
Against Arborview.
No,
It was Arborview.
I think it was Taylorsville.
Taylorsville, we mercy ruled.
Oh yeah, you're
That
right.
was the first game. We beat them 11-0. Or 11-1, sorry.
Anyway, he was having a great pitching performance. 6-1. I think PG thought they had it sealed. brought in C.J. Anderson the pitch for his first time at pitching performance this season, and they came back and cut the lead to 1.
Yeah. Now
As
starting back to the top of the lineup, Nash Bennett, number 11. As I would like to say about Keaton Nordic, he did have the fastest pitch today so far, having an 87-mile-an-hour heater. As Nash will take ball 1 high and away. Takes strike 1.
Boston, what do you think your fastball speed would be right now?
Right, no warm-up.
No, like warm up.
Warm-up, I haven't pitched in forever. That one driven into right and getting down for a single for Nash Bennett.
I probably got you throwing like 46 miles an hour.
40? No. I'd maybe say maybe high 50s? Low to mid 60s probably. I don't know. I haven't pitched in forever.
Hey, just
And
so you know,
I've
this
never
isn't-
been radared before,
This
so
isn't counting wiffle ball.
I'm not counting wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball I could throw. Freaking.
The wiffle ball I'll throw 200 feet.
I'm throwing 100 miles an hour.
That one ball high. Drew takes strike number 1. That one just outside for ball 2.
Two, 1 count now for Drew Smith. You know, I'm going to lean back a little bit. I'm scared now.
Don't put your feet up there.
Well, I'd rather have my feet get hit than my face. Because my face was left like right here.
I don't think the net has that much pushback.
No, I got that much pushback.
Don't put your fingers in the net.
I had to test it out for a second.
This is why I think you would get hit.
Oh, 100%.
That pitch is fouled off to the right. Now a 2-2 count.
If I was on the baseball team, I'd be like the test up. You'd be like, yo, Zane, we need to see how hard the baseball, how bad the baseball hurts when it hits someone. I'd be the test dummy.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past you.
Hey, you know what? Same with you then.
Drew in a 2-2 count. Pick off at first again, not in time. Makes contact, goes to the Lehigh dugout. Luckily doesn't get anyone. Two-two count to Drew Smith with Nash Bennett on first. And the pitch makes contact, going to the right and foul.
Hey, boss, do you want to make a deal?
About?
Okay, I made this deal last year with Allen in Ogden for baseball season. If you can pick a player, so let's just say like Drew Smith. If Drew Smith hits a homer this game, you have to buzz and bleach.
Ooh.
I made that deal with Allen, but for Mason Henry, and we talked about it for 5 minutes, and Mason Henry hit a home run. And I buzzed and bleached that following week.
Should I do that?
Do you have the bleach currently at your house, or did you have to buy some?
I'm not sure. Probably have to buy some.
I was gonna say buzz and bleach tonight.
I mean, we still can. Stores will still be open. That one low for ball 4. Now bringing base runners on first and second.
Now bringing up the second baseman, number 1, R.J. Wilson.
How about this, Zane? I'll make a deal with you. If CJ Anderson hits a home run, I'll do it.
Okay, bet.
Shake on it.
Okay.
Oh, there's a giant bee. It's back.
I would say I would do it, but I'm already bleached.
You're already bleached. You're not gonna waste those 5 hours in buzz.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
I also apologize, Zane's mom.
Mom, I'm sorry. I love you, Mom. If you listen.
Shout out Zane's mom.
You know, yeah. Shout out my mom for being so supportive in bleaching my hair, especially when I called her at 10:30 at night asking if we could do it.
First pitch, high and away for RJ for ball 1. That one gets past the catcher. Runners decide not to go. Now a 2-0 count. No outs on the board. That one in the dirt for ball 3. That one slammed into right field and fouled.
That scared me. I lost the ball, and all I saw was R.J. Wilson look, and I thought he was about to throw his bat, and I was going to get excited. That's 2 times in a row now that R.J. Wilson has me almost getting excited.
I would like to say now, Pleasant Grove has now lost their #1 ranking in Utah. With the loss to American Fork in that series, they now take the spot, now being 15-4 with a rating of 24.6. Well, Pleasant Grove follows at 16-3, having a rating of 24.2. As with that walk from RJ, CJ Anderson will come up to bat with bases loaded.
And 0 outs, which...
Imagine if CJ hits a grand slam.
Let's make a deal right now.
If CJ hits a grand slam, I'll do it tonight.
No, let's make it even better. If CJ Anderson right now hits a grand slam, we're cheetah printing. You're cheetah printing.
I'll cheetah print? Okay. Shake of the hands has been done.
Cheetah print.
Cheetah print if a grand slam is hit at this at-bat.
At this at-bat. And
then if CJ hits a home run anytime throughout the game, I will buzz and bleach. But if he hits a grand slam during this at-bat, I will buzz, bleach, and cheetah print.
Well, you're probably going to have to go somewhere and get the cheetah print done. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll buzz and bleach tonight. I'll do cheetah print another time.
It has to be this week.
I will try.
If possible.
I will try.
Yes, sir.
Don't do it first pitch, CJ.
CJ, do it.
Outside for ball 1.
CJ, if you listen to this and you come up, if you hit a grand slam right now, CJ, if you listen to this and you see me at school, I'll give you $10.
That one hit into left, going back, and caught for out number 1. That will bring in number 11, Nash Bennett, for one more run for the Vikings. I got scared there. I got so scared.
You're lucky. As now bringing up the designated hitter, number 37, Brad Farr.
Now, batting for the Vikings, number 37, Brad Farr.
Runners still on first and second. Have R.J. Wilson on first, Drew Smith on second, and Brad Farr hitting.
That one popped back and fouled for a 0-1 count. Goes to pick off runners at second, cannot get it.
And a softball came on our field. Delay of game. Run, run to the Vikings.
Makes contact on that one and goes foul.
Boston, I was thinking about this yesterday with my dad. You know what's kind of crazy to me?
What?
After baseball season ends, the next time we're going to commentate is football season.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like 4 months of no commentating.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss
Unfortunately.
it. I'm going to miss it for those 4 months.
Me too.
No, you won't.
I will.
Brad Farr having to duck under that one to avoid getting hit right in the head. That is now a 1-2 count for Brad Farr.
Time is taken. Another softball.
Hey, they heard me. Now they're putting all the softballs on our field. And we've only had one baseball go on their field. Maybe 2.
So far.
I think we've had 2 now.
So far.
So far.
Caught on a miss for strike number 3, out number 2.
Now, batting for the Vikings, number 6, Nash Clement.
That brings up number 6, Nash Clement. Sorry, Nash Clement. I like your new walk-up song so much better than your old one.
Yeah, I agree. Just because I've seen so many edits of the bad, 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 and then it, as that one gets past the catcher and advances both runners, Drew Smith from second to third, R.J. Wilson from first to second. You know? Hey, maybe with the new walk-up song from Nash Clement, have you seen those edits where it's like bad, 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 and it's like the
Yeah.
3 home runs, like him hitting 3 home runs back to back to back?
Maybe he'll hit 2 more. He got 1 against Westlake.
And then we're going to make it Nash Clement edit. Nash Clement taking strike number 1. Now a 1-1 count for Nash Clement. 2 outs on the board and runners on second and third.
Inside and low for ball 2. Gets a piece of that one. Shortstop gets it and throw in time. Nash Clement just barely not able to get there, as that will bring the end of the 3rd inning to bring the top of the 4th. Vikings still in the lead, 2-0.
I am here, that's Boston.
Now coming to the plate, number 1, Ozzie Williams. And Keaton Nordic still on the mound. First pitch popped up into center and making the grab, C.J. Anderson for out number 1. That will bring up number 7, Maze Madsen.
I still want CJ to hit a home run. I hope I go to school tomorrow and just see you with the buzz and bleach.
Takes a strike. Now a 1-1 count. That one almost hits him. Now a 2-1 count. That one going over to the softball fields. Now a 2-2 count.
Yeah, we just gave them revenge for delaying.
For like the 3 softballs that were hit.
Yeah. As Keaton Nordic now deals getting past Kale Dunn. Luckily, no runners on base. As I believe
Maze Madsen now in a full count.
once the top of the 5th hits, we're gonna have a little special commentator, Sheldon Sweet, come and talk as I drop 3rd strike. Kale Dunn, the Mason Henry for out number 2 for the Vikings.
That will bring up number 9, Boston Drulich. I apologize. Drakulich, not Drew. Drakulich, yeah.
You know, you don't have to apologize, Boston. We're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
get last names
I'm
wrong.
I'm hard at names. That one curves in for a strike.
You know, sometimes I think about it. English is our main language, and we don't even know how to speak English. As that one popped up, and R.J. Wilson calling it for out number 3 to
And the top of the 4th inning, Vikings still in the lead 2-0. Oh, hey, wait, I forgot about it, Boston. I almost let you off the hook.
Dang it.
Let's continue those questions. Now, we're going to restart. Now, what have you seen from Pleasant Grove and Lehi?
Pleasant Grove has had an amazing pitching performance from Keaton Nordic.
Hey, I said no Keaton Nordic because
Dang
that's
it.
obvious.
I forgot about that.
I do love Keaton Nordic. Keaton Nordic, you've had an amazing pitching performance.
I'm allowed to say it, or you're allowed to say it, and I'm not.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, continue. Here,
What-
just talk about Lehi, and then I'll talk about PG.
Lehi hasn't had the best start to fielding or pitching, really. Has had some good moments, but nothing very special, allowing 2 runs in 4 innings, or 3 innings in the bottom of the 4th right now.
Yeah.
And their batting just hasn't been up to what it's needed to be to take a lead in this game.
I said it before, and I stand by it. Once Pleasant Grove gets a lead, it's really hard to come back.
I agree. I agree that it's not just the Pleasant Grove Vikings that happens with. I feel like it's every team.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, we saw it against AF. AF had the lead, and we didn't come back those last 2 games.
Now, batting for the Vikings, number 24, Mason.
As now batting the first baseman for the Vikings, number 24, Mason Henry. Also, I do want to say I think Mason Henry has one of the best walk-up songs on the team. That's not even me glazing.
I would like
think-
to agree with that.
I think it's just because it's not ordinary, I feel like. As Mason Henry, straight to center field, and I got way too excited as the center fielder catches that one for out number 1. As
That's some great pop on that.
I just pulled an Alec Judson in freaking Skyridge, I believe it was, where
Mason hits it, and it just barely missed a home run, and he got too excited, and they caught it. As I just pulled an Allen Judson and got way too excited.
Ryder Huntsman now up to bat. First pitch takes ball high.
As Ryder Huntsman has to dodge out of that one for ball number 2. Pitch high again for ball number 3 for Ryder Huntsman. Ryder Huntsman decides not to swing on that one to take strike number 1. As Ryder Huntsman makes contact going straight to the third baseman, but foul. As Ryder Huntsman being only a freshman and getting varsity playing time. As Ryder Huntsman now in a full count with 1 out on the board, no runners on base. Ryder Huntsman swings to third base and stays fair as the third baseman, the first baseman to get Ryder Huntsman out for out number 2 for the Vikings. Now bringing up the pitcher for the Vikings, number 9, Keaton Nordic. After Keaton Nordic goes back to the top of the batting order for the Vikings, starting with Nash Clement as Keaton Nordic takes strike number 1. Pitch outside for ball number 1. Keaton Nordic doesn't swing for strike number 2. As Keaton Nordic doesn't swing for ball number 2. Nordic now in a 2-2 count. As Keaton Nordic having to move out of the way for ball number 3. Home plate umpire relies on the fielding umpire to make that call and calls Keaton Nordic out for out number 3 to end the bottom of the 4th. Now going in to the top of the 5th. Pleasant Grove still leading 2-0. Keaton Nordic still having an amazing pitching performance. As Keaton Nordic still going to come out and be on the mound.
Now coming to the plate, number 5, Cole Ybarra. First pitch from Keaton is inside for ball 1. Second pitch, right on that inside line for strike 1. Now a 1-1 count to Cole. That one breaks in for strike number 2. Cut on a miss for strike 3. Drops it and out. Out at first from the throw from number 34, Cale Dunn, to Mason Henry, number 24.
As I do want to say, if our scoreboard on the screen is a little behind, we have a new person running scoreboard today who is going to join PGSN next year, and I'll let him introduce himself next year, as I don't really want to.
First pitch breaks away for ball outside. Now a 1-0 count. Takes strike number 1. Number 14, Dawson Brown to the plate, and a line drive caught by Ryder Huntsman for out number 2. Now to the plate, number 15, Brandon Manuki?
Struggling there a little bit.
Takes strike number 1 on the first pitch. 2 outs on the board for the Vikings. Second pitch is away. Well, basketball move there from Cale Dunn, throwing the ball in between his legs before throwing it back to Keaton Nordic. Third pitch gets a piece of that one, going far into center field. And that one is gone off the scoreboard. A 1-run home run for the Lehi Pioneers. Cuts the lead to 1. Now brings the score 1-2. Vikings lead by 1 with that home run from Brandon Manuki, sorry. First pitch inside and high for ball 1. Second pitch gets behind him, caught by Cale Dunn for ball 2. Cooper Williams now to the plate. Takes strike number 1, now a 2-1 count. That one nails him in the back. That will bring number 18, Coy Train. First pitch takes a strike. Picked off at first, throw, cannot make the catch. Goes to second, throw to second, gets behind. And off the pass ball, he will get to second base.
As Mason looked like he didn't even know, as really no one did it, went past him.
Yeah.
Got out of his glove.
Luckily, it didn't go very far behind the bag. Cut on a miss with the check swing, now an 0-2 count to Coy Train. strike three, looking to end out the inning. And in the bottom of the first, or sorry, in the top of the fifth inning.
I was going to say first.
I got so confused there. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah, I was going to say.
In the top of the fifth, 1 run scored for Lehi off that home run from Brandon Manuki.
What he said? Oh, we're still unmuted? As I apologize for that, I thought I was muted because we were told our stream was down. But
Which I checked, it's not. But that will bring the top of the batting order for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, Nash Bennett, now to the plate. That's ball low, now a 1-1 count. Ball 2 inside. That one low and inside, now a 3-1 count. Takes strike number 2. Gets a piece of that one and going to the right and foul. Nash Bennett now in a full count, 3-2.
as Nash Bennett takes ball number 4 to walk him and put him on first.
That will bring up number 8, Drew Smith, the shortstop.
Thank you.
First pitch. Drew takes strike number 1. Shows bunt, goes for it. And the throw can't get it up for a single for Drew Smith off the error from his bunt.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, R.J. Wilson. R.J. coming up to the plate with 0 outs on the board and runners on first and second. Pitch high for ball number 1.
RJ Wilson makes contact with that one, going straight to right field and getting down, bringing in Nash Bennett, bringing in Drew Smith and giving RJ Wilson a double as Drew Smith barely safe for 2 runs for the Vikings, making the score 4-1 and giving RJ Wilson a double.
Close throw at home with Drew Smith makes it just in time.
Number 22, CJ Anderson.
And that will bring up number 22, CJ Anderson.
As Boston, I know CJ's your favorite player, but it's got to be a little frightening for you the rest of this game every time he's up to bat, because your hair's on the line. Your hair is on the line. Hey, you've already done it once, though.
I already have done it once. As that will be the end of the pitcher for Lehigh, number 11, Taylor Mascaro. Unsure who they will bring in.
Hey, hear me out, Boston. I think next year, baseball season, all right? If everyone shows up to a baseball game, like say we have our full crew, we set on one player. We all set one player.
If they
that
hit
person
a
hits a home run, you're buzzing and bleaching. That's Blake, you looked at me. That's what he's doing. If CJ Anderson hits a home run this game, he's buzzing and bleaching tonight.
As now on the mound, number 22, Ryder Ockley. Or Ockie, sorry.
Yes, Buzz.
Now with Ryder Ockie on the mound, CJ Anderson will be at the plate. First pitch going back to the pitcher, unable to make the play, goes to the shortstop and makes the throw to get him out at first. That will also get RJ Wilson to the third base. Now bringing up 37, Brad Farr, the designated hitter.
Blake, I'm going to make it for you. If Drew Smith hits a home run, number 8, you're buzzing and bleaching. Shake on it right now. Yeah, shake on it.
First pitch fouled off from Brad Farr. He shook on it with me.
All right. CJ Anderson for Boston. Mason Henry for me. Drew Smith. Hey. Just so you know. Has that one fouled back.
That one in the dirt for ball 1. RJ comes, it steals home. RJ Wilson successfully steals home to make the gap a 4-point lead for Pleasant Grove, now 5-1. Pleasant Grove has already scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Now with only 1 out on the board, as well as Brad Farr in a 1-2 count. Gets a piece of that one and popped up into center field. The second baseman calling for it and makes the grab for out number 2.
Now, back to the Vikings, number 6, Nash Clement.
Now batting number 6, Nash Clement.
Takes strike number 1. Nash now in a 1-1 count. Gets a piece of that one, goes into the softball fields, and now a 1-2. That one inside for ball 2. Now a 2-2 count. Takes a cut at that one and fouled back. Now still a 2-2 count. That one way above his head, coming back. Now makes a full count, 3-2. That one down and in for ball 4 as another softball comes on the field.
Wait, yeah, okay. Real quick. Now batting the first baseman for the Vikings, number 24, Mason Henry. Okay, now back to my question. So you know if a softball comes onto our field or a baseball, whatever, if they call time for a minute,
Yeah.
Even when a player's up to bat. What if the player's up to bat and you hit it and there's a home run, but then a softball came on our field during that at bat?
It would still be counted as a home run.
They wouldn't call anything. As Mason Henry to left field and drops, bringing Nash Clement to third. And Mason Henry a single.
That will end out his slump.
It's the bat, bro. It's the bat.
Dude, it's his drip.
Nuh-uh, I know what it is. It's the fact that I said hi to him today in the halls for the first time. That's what it is. Maybe every time he just says hi to me in the halls,
he'll just start doing better.
Yeah, Yeah.
Now up to the plate, number 7, Ryder Huntsman. First pitch outside.
Boston, I might get distracted a little bit. I'm loving the side of seeing Mason Henry on first. It's been a while, dude.
Honestly, it has been a while. That one high for ball 2. Gets a piece of that one, and it comes back. Now a 2-1 count to Ryder Huntsman.
Oh, I also said Ryder Huntsman was a freshman. He's a sophomore.
When did you say that?
I said that when you were gone, I think.
Oh, okay. Gets a piece of that one again. Now a 2-2.
I don't know why I've always thought he's a freshman. I was talking to one of the sophomores, and he said that he was a sophomore yesterday, and I was kind of shocked because I think I've said that he's a freshman the entire season.
The 2-2 pitch. Gets a piece of that and goes back. Hopefully no windshield's broken. That is fouled off into the Lehigh dugout. The pitch. Outside for ball 3. Now brings a full count to Ryder Huntsman. Gets a piece of that one and fouled back. Gets a piece of that and goes straight to the second baseman. The throw is made in time for out number 3. After 5 innings, Vikings in the lead 5-1, still maintaining that 4-point lead. Up to the plate first for Lehigh, we have number 2, Gavin Yates, who takes a strike first pitch. Second pitch fouled back. Now a 2-2 count. Or sorry, a 0-2 count. I don't know where I got that second 2 from.
An 0-2 count.
Shut up.
Now it's a 1-2 count.
Now it is a 2-2 count.
Oh, Boston. You're going to hate the next 2 years of your high school.
Why?
Because I'm going to be bullying you every sport we commentate together.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That one fouled back. Still a 2-2. Cut on a miss for strike 3. Out number 1 for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, as that will bring up number 1, Ozzie Williams. First pitch just a little high for ball one. That one gets past Kale Dunn for ball one, or sorry, ball two now. Now a 2-1 count to Ozzy. That one gets past. Sorry about that. That one gets past Kale Dunn. Now a 3-1 count. Ignore that. Now ball four being the first batter that Keaton Nordic has walked. Now Mays Madsen, number 7, comes to the plate with a base runner on first. Inside for ball one. Checks to run out first. Ball gets past Mason Henry. Runner stays at second. And another pass ball from Keaton Nordic allows an extra base. Now the 1-0 count. Inside for ball two. Time is called. Mays takes for strike number one. Now a 2-1 count to Mays Madsen. Shows bunt, lays it. Goes to Ryder Huntsman. Throw is not in time as that gets past Mason Henry. That will allow one run. It will allow one run as well as bringing Mays Madsen to second off of a pass ball. I don't know about you, Zane, but I feel like this would be the turning point in taking Keaton Nordic out.
Really? I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I would say so. He's walked one guy so far, but
But he's only allowed 2 runs.
he has allowed 2 runs, but he has also thrown 3 pass balls, which has allowed base runners to keep going. And just defensively hasn't been there, throwing so many more balls and strikes in the past 2 innings.
I don't know. I don't think I would pull him. I think he's played too good this game to pull him right now, especially this late into the game when it's only a 3-score game. And obviously we saw it when we pulled Keaton Nordic out that one time. Obviously we put in C.J. Anderson, who isn't a designated pitcher, but still, they came back. And I don't know, I feel like, I don't know. I would leave him in. And if he lets up one more run, then yeah, that's maybe when coach comes out and says, hey, blah, 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 like you're not performing anymore. You've had a good run. Let's give someone else a chance, like Van Haney or Hiram.
Last two pitches almost hitting the batter. Being very inside for number 9, Boston Drakulich. That one breaks in for strike number 1. Gets a piece of that one and is fouled back. Now a 2-2 count.
All right, I'm gonna go back to what you said, Boston. Here's where I'm gonna say. Leave him in the rest of this inning, unless he lets up one more run. He lets up one more run, pull him. If not, let him play the rest of this inning. And then
I can agree with that.
And then put Van Haney or Hiram Long, or even possibly Mason Henry or Maddox Webb to close it out.
I agree with that. That one inside for ball 3. Now a full count. Inside for ball 4 as now base runners on first and second with that walk from Keaton Nordic.
Keaton has to be careful here. He lets up one pitch that the batter likes, and if he can hit that can, and it goes far, can bring in 1, possibly 2 runs, which would not be good for Vikings at all.
I agree, as Koyabara up to the plate will take strike number 1.
As Keaton Nordic's gotta fish those strikes right now, as Lehi still only has 1 out. They still have so much room to get more runs on the board.
Ducks under that one, almost getting him in the head. Now a 1-1.
As you can tell his arm's getting tired, though. As that would also be a good breaking point where maybe you pull him.
Take strike number 2, and now in a pickle. Throw third in time for out number 1. Or I apologize, now out number 2. Great move by Cale Dunn there. And a good throw, I believe that was from number 8, Drew Smith, over to Ryder Huntsman to get the out at third. Now the 1-2 count. Takes a cut on that one and fouled back. Picked off at first. Ball gets behind Mason Henry again. I can't tell if that one was on Mason Henry for throwing his glove up too quick or a bad throw from Keaton Nordic. And the pitch is called strike 3, looking to end the inning. Keaton Nordic finishes out the top of the 6th, allowing 2 runs in total. Score 2-5. Pleasant Grove in the lead by 3 runs.
All right. I'm gonna take a little bit to talk while we're in this. Now, I say going into the top of the 7th. After this inning, obviously. Going into the top of the 7th. Honestly, put in Maddox Webb. That might sound crazy. I know, we've seen him probably twice. Put in Maddox Webb. That's all I have to say. We've seen him twice, and he's performed those 2 times we've seen him.
Yeah.
We saw him in St. George. Close game, 6-5. Didn't let that pressure get to him, and closed the game and ended it. I don't remember what other game we saw him, but I know he pitched good. I say put in Maddox, because the reason I say that too, not just because from what we've seen from him, but I mean, say we put in Hiram Long. Hiram, I love you so much. Like you're a good pitcher, but from what we've seen from Hiram this season, hasn't been the best. Like
I agree.
Like he's had a lot of pitches that either hit the batter to go above the batter, or he just lets up runs. Not saying he's a bad pitcher, just saying this season honestly isn't his season. And you can't get mad at yourself for that, obviously, because it happens to a lot of players, especially in MLB, where they don't have a good season. Van Haney is a really good pitcher, but at the same time, I think he's a little bit inconsistent. I wouldn't say he's that inconsistent, but he does have those games where he struggles.
I agree.
And so does every other pitcher, so don't get me wrong on that. But Keaton Nordic is one of the most consistent pitchers I've seen this season. And I want to say the same for Maddox Webb or Mason Henry, but because we've seen Mason Henry pitch twice or 3 times. As Keaton Nordic hits that one to left field, and
a great diving catch by the left fielder for out number 1.
couldn't tell if he made that catch or not. Honestly, though, for how good Van Haney and Hiram is, I would not blame Coach if they say, hey, put him on these 2 pitchers. But honestly, give Maddox Webb a chance. Let him try to close out the game. And I say if he lets up a run, put in Hiram. Like, that's the thing is we have
so many pitchers that
we have so many good pitchers, and I wish it was one of those things where we could say just use all of them at once, but obviously we can't. You have to have one pitcher. But honestly, we've seen Maddox Webb twice. We've seen good. Give him a chance. If he doesn't perform, put in Hiram. If Hiram Long doesn't let up any runs but isn't performing, put in Van. Like, it's honestly just one of those things where it's obviously going to be hard for the coach to say, hey, who are we going to put in to close this game?
Yeah.
Are we going to leave in Keaton Nordic knowing that he's getting tired, that he's pitched 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, which isn't bad at all? Or are they going to say, hey, let's put in one of those other 4 pitchers that we can put in? We can even put in R.J. Wilson.
Yeah. Or Mason Henry, too. That one gets Nash Bennett right in the arm, bring him to first. And that will also bring up number 8, Drew Smith.
But, yeah, honestly, that's like we've seen RJ pitch, and he's not a bad pitcher. Obviously not a designated pitcher, plays second baseman.
But he still has the skills to be able to be at least an effective pitcher when needed.
I believe he has a splitter, and we've seen it. I believe we've seen it, and I talked to Coach. It's nasty. Like, his pitches are nasty.
Nasty.
And so, honestly, like, even putting in R.J. Wilson to close the game isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
And putting in Mason Henry to close out the game also probably not even a bad idea. Honestly, if I was Coach Henry or the pitching coach, whoever makes those decisions,
I
if
think
I was
ultimately it is Coach Henry.
if I'm in his situation and we're trying to figure out who to leave in, I don't know who I'm choosing. I just really don't. We have so many good pitchers. We could leave Keaton up there if we really wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's a hard decision.
Throw to second in time. Throw to first also in time for the double play. That will end out the bottom of the sixth, holding the Vikings to no runs in the sixth, as well as bringing the top of the seventh, the last chance for the Lehi Pioneers to come back from a 5-2 deficit and tie the game, or at least tie the game, or even
Take
win
the
it
lead.
there.
Well,
Well,
the only way they could win it is if they mercy here, because you'd have to play the bottom of the seventh.
yeah. Well, either way, you still have to play the bottom of the seventh. They can't mercy rule.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Now I remember what I was going to talk about. Pleasant Grove. They've had an amazing game. I do want to say, Boston, I asked you this question, like, what could Pleasant Grove do better? I'm not asking you. I'm just kind of going back. I said, what could Pleasant Grove do better? And what could Lehi do better? I'm going to ignore that Lehi. I'm just going to go Pleasant Grove. Defensively. So good defensively. Only allowing 2 runs. But at the same time, you got to realize there's also been a lot of errors that
There's been
honestly,
so many errors.
Personally, from how many errors there are, I'm surprised Lehi only has 2 runs. Because we've seen it. We've seen a few times. I don't want to say it's Mason Henry's fault. It goes both ways for whoever throws it Mason Henry, or even Mason Henry's fault, where it goes past him. We saw it 2 innings ago, last inning or 2 innings ago, where Mason Henry thought he had the ball in his mitt, tried to tag the runner out, and didn't even realize the ball was behind him, and that put the runner at second.
First pitch hitting him in the back brings base runner to first. That being number 14, Dawson Brown. Now bringing up number 15, Brandon Manuki, who we saw earlier hit the 1 home run in the top of the 5th inning.
Already not the best look for Keaton Nordic, hitting the batter on the first pitch. And honestly, I'm waiting. I'm scared.
Takes strike number 1.
Honestly, I know Coach believes in his players. I know Coach believes in Keaton to close this game out. But for how good Keaton's been doing, I don't blame him for not taking him out. But why? I know you have faith, but why leave him in when you can tell he's tired and he's not? Like, the last 2 innings haven't really been the best for him. Like, personally, I feel like that's now just watching that first pitch. Put in a new pitcher. Let Keaton rest his arm, as you can tell he's tired. You can tell he's gassed. And so I would say, honestly, let a new pitcher come in and close the game out.
I agree with that. A 1-1 count to Brandon. Caught on a miss. Ball is dropped from Cale Dunn, allowing base runner to steal second. Dawson Brown stealing to second base.
As I wish I could see, but I can't see if anyone for Pleasant Grove's in the bullpen or not.
I can't see either.
As supposedly there might be someone in the bullpen. Don't really know, can't see.
Brandon had to dunk. What?
Dunk? Yeah.
Dunk? Yeah.
We're playing basketball now, boys.
Had to duck under that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to basketball season.
Please no. 2-2 count to Brandon. cut on a miss for strike 3, tags him for out number 1. That will bring up number 3, Cooper Williams, the third baseman. Takes strike number 1.
As Pleasant Grove only needing 2 more outs to close this game if Lehi does not score.
Takes strike number 2 as well. Gets a piece of that one and fouled back, still in 0-2. Inside for ball 1. Now a 1-2 count to Cooper Williams.
As honestly at this point, now if they're being 1 out, the only way I see Keaton getting pulled, which I'm not saying I don't want him to get pulled, but, or not saying I do want him to get pulled, but the only way I see him getting pulled at this point is if he lets up a run, as that's going to get past Keaton Nordic and past Drew Smith, bringing in 1 run for Lehi and giving the batter a single. Now score being Lehi 3, Pleasant Grove 5.
As we do see Coach Henry walking over, could be going over to the bullpen.
I'm thinking Hiram's in the bullpen as he's normally the first out.
Oh, and a low for ball 1. But now up to the plate is Coy Train. Takes strike 1. Now a 1-1 count. Gets a piece of that one and fouled off. Takes strike number 3 for the second out.
As Keaton Nordic has to fight through 1 more out.
And
As
potentially the last batter, number 2, Gavin Yates. Sorry for cutting you off there, Zane. What were you going to say?
I don't remember anymore. Oh, yeah. Keaton Nordic having to fight through 1 more out. Keaton Nordic has to get being tired off of his mind. He can't think about that, and he just got to think. He's got to think about pitch after pitch after pitch if he wants to get this out, as Keaton throws strike number 1 for a 1-1 count.
Check swing does not go. Now a 2-1 count. outside and a low for ball 3. That one popped up to left, tracking and making the grab for out number 3. Vikings will take the first game 5-3 against Lehigh High School, the Lehigh Pioneers.
As, 3-5 for the Vikings. Vikings taking 1-0 against Lehigh, seeing them again tomorrow at, my voice, at Lehigh at 3:30.
And we will be there this
We
time.
will be there. This is the one Wednesday we will actually be there. As Pleasant Grove playing I don't want to add extra so to that. Playing so good, as Pleasant Grove obviously made some errors, leaving Keaton Nordic in the entire 7 innings, which isn't easy on your arm as a pitcher, as you know he's going to be sore after today. As I would assume, honestly, I think knowing just from what I've seen, I feel like we're going to start Van Haney tomorrow at 3:30. But anyways, Boston, you have anything else you want to say?
I honestly don't believe so. Pleasant Grove played really well today. Definitely made a bunch of errors, but did keep their ground, kept steady, and ended out with the win over Lehigh.
Yeah. All right. Well, for the final time today, I'm Zane Grothy,
And I am Boston Harding.
and we will see you tomorrow at Lehigh at 3:30.